Welcome to Falkirk Figures, the home of vintage action figures, and today we're going to be doing another WWF figure unboxing. Unlike my previous videos where I've been unboxing some WWF Hasbro figures, these guys are from the Jakks bone crunching line, which for a long time now I've really wanted to have a good look at. So just the one set to open up. The figures I have is from the Managers series. And inside the set we've got the Sultan and his manager Bob Backlund. I was kind of drawn to this set apart from the fact that it was almost being given away when I saw it online. I think I bought it from someone in America, but when the exchange rate came through it was like £10-ish that I got this for. I was drawn to this set because the Sultan's a fascinating character to me. He's if anyone doesn't know, he's the guy that went on to become Rikishi. So he was the head shrinker Fatu that later on became Rikishi in the WWF. This was one of the gimmicks he had, a sort of short-lived gimmick. And the other thing that I found fascinating about it was Bob Backlund. He was like quite a big deal, I think, before my time in WWF. He's quite a big deal. He was a WWF champion. But my memories of him when he was on the programming that I was watching, he was a bit of a comedy act, you know, a bit of a sort of comic relief. But yeah, he's in this set as a manager. So in terms of where this places in my childhood, the Jakks series, obviously the Hasbros by this time had finished. It had kind of been a bit quiet in the action figure market. The Jakks guys came out mid to late 90s. I was probably end of primary school, sort of start of a secondary school when these guys came out, but definitely had some of them. I definitely had some Jakks, some of the early Jakks ones at least. I remember having like Undertaker, Mankind. I remember having a couple of the DX guys, you know, Triple H and such, but I don't remember these guys. I don't remember having these, and I don't remember this series either. If you look at the back, see who else is in it. So you can also get, well, you go Mankind with his manager Paul Bearer, Crush and Clarence Mason. So that's when they were in the Nation of Domination. Farouk, and then Mark Merrill and Sable as the other ones in this set. But down there, it kind of gives you an idea when this was, the era this was, you know, because there's Farouk in his Nation of Domination get-up. There's Justin Hawk Bradshaw, which obviously is Bradshaw. He's better known as JBL, I think, in the more recent WWF or WWE programming as it is now. Yeah, same with Triple H. There's Hunter Hearst Helmsley before he was effectively Triple H, and Stone Cold. I think a very, very sort of early version of Stone Cold. So don't see, when did this come out? 1997. Yeah, so 1997. That's kind of just when Stone Cold first started doing his gimmick. Before then he was the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Champion. But that's probably just about when he started being Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, so going to get these guys open up. Particularly want to have a look at the bone crunching action. As you can see at the top, that's one of the features that they sell these figures on, the bone crunching action. I don't really remember the figures I had having anything significant like that. But it's something that I've kind of been interested in as I've got more and more interested in collecting figures as I've got older. So it's something I'm quite keen to open these guys up and have a look at. So yeah, let's go. That's almost coming away straight away at the top. There we go. Right, so let's get set right first. Here is the Sultan. He's actually quite good. I remember him being quite a scary guy. Like when he was in the WWF, he was quite a scary guy with that face mask on and stuff. And certainly for somebody that went on to be, his most famous gimmick was as Rikishi. I mean, I know figures can be a bit misleading, but he was a lot slimmer when he was a Sultan. He was nowhere near the size of Rikishi when he was a Sultan. But yeah, so I mean, immediate sort of reaction to opening up this guy is, this is just flimsy. I mean, obviously I've made a couple of videos recently opening up the WWF Hasbros. And the one thing about when you open them fresh, you take them off the card, is their joints are really stiff. You know, you can feel their moves kind of really tight, working properly. Everything's kind of loose on this guy. I mean, he does look brand new. I don't think there's any questions about him just being out of the pack or anything, but I don't think it's a reseal is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just kind of loose. He's just a bit flimsy. So certainly probably not the same quality as the Hasbro guys. So yeah, I'll put you back down just now. Let's take Bob out. Now, actually, having just said that, Bob feels a lot stiffer. He feels a lot sort of more rigid. In fact, do his legs move? Oh, it feels like his waist kind of moves under his jacket, but his jacket's restricting the movement. But yeah, so Bob is much more stiff. His head actually moves. In fact, just looking at him, he's not got much movement at all. He's got like his arms are the 2 points of articulation, really. Feels like his waist is moving slightly, but his jacket's stopping it from moving. I don't think his legs move though. But I mean, it looks like he did. It looks like him when he was in this kind of phase of his career. But what a rubbish figure! It doesn't really do much. Pop him there just now. Pick up. So I'm gonna fall over. I knew you were going to do that. Let's move this out of the way. Yeah. So the Sultan. So Bob obviously doesn't have bone crunching action because it doesn't look like any of his limbs move, but I'm going to check out the Sultan and see if he does. So I think what you're supposed to do is sort of bend their knees as they should. I mean, I don't hear anything happening in there. Yeah, I don't think anything's happening there. No, that's pretty disappointing, to be honest. Yeah, I saw like some stuff online about how they do the bone crunching action, but yeah, when I saw it, I don't really remember it from having these types of guys, you know, these Jakks guys when I was younger. But I mean, having it in my hand now, yeah, I mean, I don't even think you can kind of feel like there's something in his leg, but it's certainly not making much of a noise. And I feel like if I really forced it, I'd probably break it. So I'm a bit reluctant to do that. But yeah, so all in all, just about as disappointing as you sort of expect from Jakks. The other thing is this line of WWF figures came with the stands. So here's the one that's in this pack. A bit strange that they're only one, you know, one for both figures, given it's a 2-pack, but yeah, I think you probably need it. Yeah, because they don't feel like they would stand up very well themselves without a stand like that. Certainly the Sultan, his legs are a little bit wobbly, so he would probably collapse if you just left him for a length of time. Bob's a bit more rigid, but as I say, that's the only thing you got going for him. He's not much of a figure. His arms are moving and that's it. But yeah, so I mean, I suppose they're an important part of wrestling figure collecting history. They filled the void that was left when the Hasbro line ended and before Mattel took over and do the stuff that they're doing just now, some of which is awesome. But yeah, so Jakks, it is what it is. Interesting figures, sort of quirky figures are supposed to have. I was drawn to the characters as well as much as anything else. You know, I didn't really think there was much interest in buying the kind of Stone Cold and The Rock and The Undertaker and Mankind from that era. I quite like the sort of obscurity of these guys, so I'll certainly keep them. I'll keep them around, and if my collection gets to the point where there's no room for them, I'll chuck them in my kids' playroom and let them bounce them off the walls a few times. But yeah, so that's it for the I say shorter video today, unboxing a Jakks bone crunching set. If nothing else, just for the curiosity of it. But I'll be back soon with some more videos. I'm expecting an order to be returned from UK Graders some point this week, so I'm going to do an unboxing video around that. I've got, I think last time I checked, I think it's nine figures that I sent away to be graded. I may be slightly off for that, and maybe one more or one less, I'm not sure, but I think it's 9. I think I've got 9 guys away getting graded. So I was thinking about just unboxing them on camera and seeing what grades they get. I'm expecting a sort of mixed bag of grades, so we'll see how that one turns out. But keep your eyes open for that video, and there are another couple of WWF Hasbro unboxing videos in the pipeline, and I've been sort of delaying it, putting it off a little bit, but I think I'm going to crack open my ECW figures as well, the original San Francisco Toy Maker ECW figures, and make a video of that as well. So hopefully see you soon for those. Stay safe, speak soon.